COLOS has been known to have profound effect on those who use them. For example, in this video,
a lot of things happen to me. Young boys, they can't go introduce me to this substance. God.
What's be the name?
My eyes.
Ouch.
Wow.
Which year was this?
This was 3 years back. 3 years back.
That's 2021.
Yeah, 3 years back.
Okay.
So this thing really, it do bad. As in, it thing affects me a lot.
Okay.
So this substance now, this sometimes thing will tell me say you are a king, you are a this, like that. Will tell me say I don't be king. Make I know they pay for stuff. Can you imagine say I walk out from Aoyaya to Oriental Hotel?
Jesus.
the man speaking there is an artist with a stage name Solid Star. By the way, see the reaction of the girl? Like, not again. Story has it that he was hooked on ice, also known as crystal meth, and thank God it has its own story to tell. I'm happy for him. Not many persons have this opportunity. You see where he mentioned he felt like a king. Drug is a bad thing. It makes you a king without a kingdom. And by the way, why did he scream when he mentioned he trekked from Awoyaya to Oriental Hotel? Wait, I googled it. That distance he mentioned is approximately 41 kilometers. For those in Benin who do not understand that distance, Benin to Sapele is 50 kilometers. So this guy just needed 9 more kilometers to get to Sapele from Ring Road. That's a lot. Welcome to the Health Show. This episode is on COLOS. Sorry, I meant to say that we are going to talk about COLOS. This episode is worth the time, so stay tuned. The spate of drug abuse is staggering. Almost everyone born from 1995 to date is either hooked on something, which include but not limited to sugar, prostitution, internet fraud, gambling, or drugs. COLOS, also known as Colorado, is a word formed from a cocktail of drugs and hard substances. The mixture that eventually gives you COLOS is a combination of marijuana, rohypnol, crystal meth, ecstasy, cocaine, tramadol, and pentazocine. We are going to comment on each of these substances. Marijuana, also known as cannabis. The leaves are dried and rolled into a paper and smoked. The leaves are also known to be added to food. Now, while there have been clinical uses of a component of cannabis, there are several severe toxic components of cannabis too. Cannabis is the most commonly used illegal drug in the world, with the highest use in Zambia, the United States, Canada, and Nigeria. Sadly enough, I cannot get the leaves of marijuana to show you. Of course, we all know how dried leaves look like. Okay? Now, rohypnol, which is another component of COLOS, is a trade name for the drug flunitrazepam. It's a CNS depressant. Now, the drug is legally manufactured and available outside the United States, but is neither manufactured nor approved for sale within the United States. In 1997, after several complaints, the company that manufactures rohypnol, which is Roche, reformulated the drug because the earlier formulation would dissolve in a clear liquid, which made it impossible for victims to detect its presence, especially in beverages and drinks. Currently, the drug dissolves into a marked blue solution. Alright? But sexual predators now use it in parties where the lights are dimmed and the colors of the beverages are undistinguishable, where you cannot tell the difference even after dissolving rohypnol. Now, the effect of this drug is usually felt in less than 20 minutes. Individuals who abuse rohypnol often experience drowsiness, headache, memory impairment, dizziness, nightmares, confusions, and tremors. Although the drug is classified as a depressant, rohypnol can induce aggression, excitability, and the rest. Another drug that is present in COLOS is crystal meth. Now, crystal meth typically resembles small fragments of glass or shiny blue rocks of various sizes, more like broken ice blocks, hence the name ice. Now, we all know what ice look like, okay? Just open your fridge and break some, that is it. Now, it is abused because of its long-lasting effects. It is smoked using glass pipes. When it is smoked or injected, it gives a high which lasts for almost 12 hours. By the way, who wants to get high for 12 hours? Now, crystal meth use is associated with numerous physical problems. The drug can cause rapid heart rate, increased blood pressure, and damage to small blood vessels in the brain, which can lead to stroke. Chronic use of the drug can result in inflammation of the heart line. Overdoses can cause hyperthermia, which is also known as elevated body temperature. It can also cause convulsions and death. So we have talked about crystal meth, cannabis, and rohypnol. In addition to all this, tramadol, cocaine, and pentazocine are also added, and then they are wrapped into a slurry. It is either taken orally or injected. To think that someone could come up with the idea that they can mix these substances is both ingenious and devilish. Now, these drugs will obviously reset your brain. Now, this idea is definitely from the pit of hell. It takes nothing less than a devil to mix just crystal meth and cannabis, not to talk of all the substances that I listed above. It means that while nutritionists and dietitians like Mrs. Lydia are trying to find fruits that to ensure that we have all the necessary vitamins and nutrients, there is a drug addict out there that is trying to justify mixing cannabis and lizard poop just to get high. To address this, we have to go to the number one source of our problem: influencers and musicians. For me, our musicians influence a lot of our youths into smoking and drug abuse. For example, I am a Chelsea fan. I was most likely influenced to support this useless club by someone, which I regret doing today. Recently, the club has been showing signs of uselessness and I'm trying to dissociate myself, but I can't. Now, if you follow these musicians that smoke on screen and in their music videos, you are likely to get a soft spot for smoking, and soon you are drawn into it, just like the way I was innocently drawn to supporting Chelsea. Now, it has been a long time coming. I mean, smoking. For example, in 2007, Faze sang the song Colomenta. We danced to it. Now, we sang it, although it was a precedent for others to follow. But some musicians and popular figures, when they come out of drug abuse, they have their story to tell, like the video that I shared earlier. Now, just November last year, a website, The Black Enterprise, ran a story of how Burna Boy turned down a show in Dubai because of his strict law on weed.
Cause me I know they like to they go where they no go green me smoky go.
Soon after the incident, Burna Boy is quoted saying that it is not a zero tolerance. It's just like everybody does it, but nobody wants to be the one that is seen with it. Burna Boy said, as captured by Vibe, it is just kind of hypocritical out there. Everybody smokes weed. That's not true. Not everybody smokes weed. I don't, and I'm sure a lot of people watching this video do not. With the title of this video, it is obvious I'm going to talk down on using COLOS. So Colossians will likely skip this video. So how is this mixture called COLOS gotten? Now, word on the street has it that they are sold at beer parlors, night parties, bus park, and many times are peddled by prostitutes, popularly known as Oloshos. I personally wanted to have a look of these COLOS and possibly show us here while shooting, but I could not. I really wanted to show us what it looks like. So I went to a night party dressed on a bedroom slippers. Now the gates were locked. From the look of things, I probably went there too early, maybe around 5:30. I didn't know that night party started around 9. But that's not true. I won't go to the nightclub. If you paid attention to that photo, that's a new car wash that is yet to be opened. And the poster there is an advert for a manager and a car wash boy. However, I tried. I visited the NDLA office in Benin while preparing the script. Now, our anonymous source at NDLA office cited poverty as the main reason for the rise of drug abuse. They mentioned these drug laws lures unemployed youths to sell and pay them from their services in hard drugs. For example, they can give 10 wraps to a poor chap to sell, and after successfully selling 9 wraps, they get the last wrap free. So they are either left with either smoking it or selling it for cash, but most times it is usually smoked. We also gathered from the NDLA office that they have a dedicated rehabilitation center. So if you know a relative who is hooked on drug, they can easily visit the NDLA office and then they get rehabilitation. Although it's not free, but it's cheaper. Now, it is possible to come out of using hard drug. Personally, I have not seen anyone who has come out of it, apart from that guy in the video we I shared earlier. But I hope that in the near future, we'll find many persons who can break free from this wickedness. Firstly, as a people, we have to stop the stigmatization of those who are addicted. Instead of anger, have empathy. Feel what they feel. Many of us are addicted to different things, and we know how hard it is to break free. For a long time, I was addicted to sugar. It was difficult to break, but I had to. I got help. And as a matter of fact, many of us don't even know we are addicted to sugars. So, empathy instead of anger and hate. And then you refer them for rehabilitation. Now, what other way to end this video than a video with these two handsome boys talking about stopping drug abuse?
Shun drug abuse.
So that's all for this video. Ensure to get this video the widest share and reach ever. Like, comment, share us your drug experience. If you have none, share us that of a relative or a friend, so that we'll be able to tell other people around us that it is possible to stay drug free. And remember, show empathy for them. Bye for now.